lot of our audience are young, aspiring bodybuilders, right?
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to like let's say 18 to 21-year-old bodybuilder who wants to take it very seriously, but just wants to get into this world of competitive bodybuilding? What he should be doing? Should they be looking for somebody like you to guide them into this world? Should they be doing some kind of research online? Like, what's the right approach to take?
Yeah, look, I wish that I had somebody that can advise me back in the day, so I wouldn't go through trial and error. But I would always encourage everybody. You don't really need people like me or Chad or George Farah or Chris Aceto. You don't if you do your research. Obviously, we can share our experiences with you and probably get you there faster because of all the experience that I had. But research is out there. You apply what makes sense to you, right? If you want to be a bodybuilder, you want to maximize everything. You want to maximize muscle stimulation in a workout. Are you going to be true to yourself and say, okay, this workout, I felt I maximally stimulated maximum amount of muscle fibers of my chest, if this is the body part you train. Okay, if you did. Now, did you have a maximally beneficial nutrients in the right time? Okay, and did you recuperate correctly? So are you making a progress? Inspect what you expect. If within a first couple of weeks you don't have some results, right? Obviously, you have to change something. So would you need coaches like me or somebody else? Not necessarily. And I'm not here to promote my business. Yeah, don't do it yourself. Do it yourself by all means. Trial and error is great. But then again, being a guided, if I'm going to go into mixed martial arts right now, would I want to go on YouTube? Like Johnny Jones said, he says he studied from YouTube. No, I would go to the Mixed Martial Arts Academy and get submission specialist, jiu-jitsu, whatever, striking, and this is normal thing. Now as far as people training, I think that everybody by now should know how to train. There's like so much information out there. I see that you guys have also very, very good info. Nutrition, the same thing. It's not a rocket science. It's physiology. You have your physiological need, basic metabolic rate. So everybody can put their age, height, weight, gender, and see what their body in a state of coma in 24 hours would need. So then you add all the physical activity that you do throughout the day, add proper nutrients. I am maybe a little bit extreme as far as protein intake. I always suggest much more than anybody else was and say, Milos, you're crazy, you don't need it. And all this protein is going to be, burden on the kidneys and, you shouldn't. There's not a single study on this planet Earth that would show toxic amount of protein on a healthy renal system or healthy kidneys. There's none. So I know that I started also with a recommendation that you can see, 1 gram per kilo, or half per pound, and then you get some results. But then I said, what happens if I increase the only building nutrient, because carbohydrates and fats are only energy nutrients. So if you increase protein, the more protein I put, the more I increase my lean body mass. So what do you think I was going to recommend to somebody? Less or more? So I always go like 1.5 gram of protein per pound, and even 2. So for all these 18 to 20-year-olds, especially if you're natural. And I'm going to say, but Milos, because I'm not natural, because I'm natural, I don't use anabolic steroids, I don't need that much protein because I cannot assimilate. Oh, really? Why are you so limited? The parachute that doesn't open, it doesn't work. Same thing with your mind. What makes sense to you? So if you would increase protein intake, what can possibly happen? You're going to get more amino acids into the bloodstream, and whatever tissue needs to be repaired is going to be available. What happens if you don't have it sufficient? You think that your muscle is like physiological preference of your body, number one, that no, all the protein is going to go there. No, muscle is the last place it's going to go. All your organs will have a priority over muscle tissue that is going to be last on the list. So when you increase the protein intake and you have all the essential amino acids available in the bloodstream at all times, you have ability to build. So I would say this is one of advice. Yeah, I would highly recommend to all the bodybuilders minimum 1.5 grams per pound. So that's I would say optimal, but high gainers up to 2 grams. And the same thing, I would tell you, I have all these journals. I was averaging between 450 and 550 grams of protein every single day for 15 years straight. Okay? 15 years straight. Super excessive protein intake. You think that my renal system is compromised whatsoever? Or liver, for that reason, using steroids for 30 plus years with a genetically bad liver. So this is why on the beginning of this conversation, I told you I'm not here to promote, but just like I said, for the 18 to 21-year-old, should they research? Yes. But then while you add it, research a little bit about pharmacology and anabolic steroids and really science behind it. And don't be pushed into what normal doctor, because the duty is to warn you, don't mess with any kind of hormones because you can create hormonal disbalance. Well, is this really disbalance if you have more of anabolic and beneficial hormones to you as a man that is exercising and for your well-being? Just because you throw it off the balance that's supposed to be, this is average reference range that is determined for average person. What happens if you have a little bit more? Does it make it dangerous?